working as TGT Mathematics in AP Model School, Pamalapadu, Kurnool district. Today I am going to explain about the 7th class topic called quadrilaterals. In this quadrilaterals, we will see what is the definition of a quadrilateral, what are the elements of a quadrilateral, what is interior and exterior of a quadrilateral, what are the types of quadrilaterals, that is convex and concave quadrilaterals, and what is the angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Here we will see what is the interior angle sum property of a quadrilateral and exterior angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Before going to learn about the quadrilaterals, let us see different types of polygons here. First of all, a polygon means a simple closed figure formed with only the line segments. This is the figure formed with 3 line segments. This is the polygon formed with 4 line segments. This is the polygon formed with 5 line segments. And this is the polygon formed with 6 line segments. A polygon formed with 3 line segments is named as triangle. A polygon formed with 4 line segments is named as quadrilateral. A polygon formed with 5 line segments is called as pentagon. A figure formed with 6 line segments is called as hexagon. Similarly, a figure formed with 7 line segments is called as septagon. Polygon with 8 sides is called as octagon. Polygon with 9 sides is called as ninagon. Polygon with 10 sides is called as decagon, and so on. Here, in your 7th class, we are learning about a polygon formed with 4 line segments. Now, observe the quadrilaterals here. Figure 1, Figure 2, Figure 3 are quadrilaterals here. These are formed with 4 line segments. Line segment AB, line segment BC, line segment CD, and line segment AD. In the second figure, line segments AB, line segment BD, line segment CA, line segment CD. Here line segment AB, line segment BC, line segment CD, and line segment AD. When you observe the figure 1, figure 2 and figure 3, figure 1 and figure 3 are the quadrilaterals formed with 4 line segments such that the 2 line segments intersects only at their endpoints. Only at their endpoints in figure 1 and figure 3. Whereas when you observe in figure 2, the 2 line segments AC and BD are intersecting somewhere in the middle of the figure. Of course, this is also a quadrilateral which is called as crossed quadrilateral. But in your 7th standard, we are learning only about the quadrilaterals which are formed with 4 line segments such that no 2 line segments intersect each other except at their endpoints. That is, we are learning about the quadrilaterals where the 2 line segments intersect only at their endpoints. So, coming to the definition of a quadrilateral is a simple closed figure formed with 4 line segments such that no 2 line segments intersect each other except at their endpoints. Now coming to the elements of a quadrilateral. In this figure, the 4 line segments are AB, BC, CD and AD. The 4 line segments AB, BC, CD and AD, they are called as the sides of a quadrilateral. The 4 points, point A, point B, point C, point D, they are called as 4 vertices of a quadrilateral. Here 4 angles are formed here. This is angle A or angle DAB. This is angle B or angle CBA. This is angle C or angle DCB, and this is angle D or angle CDA. When you observe the line segments AC and BD, AC is called as diagonal that is the line segment joining the opposite vertices, and BD is another diagonal drawn here. So totally it has two diagonals, AC and BD. So a quadrilateral has four sides, side AB, side BC, side CD and side DA. It has four vertices, vertex A, vertex B, vertex C and vertex D. It has four angles, angle A or angle DAB, or it is also called as angle BAD, angle B or angle ABC or angle CBA, angle C or angle BCD or angle DCB, and angle D or angle CDA or angle ADC. Also it has two diagonals, diagonal AC and diagonal BD. Now observe the quadrilateral ABCD here. Here point A and point B are adjacent to each other. Similarly, vertex D is adjacent to vertex A. Vertex C is adjacent to vertex B, whereas A is also adjacent to B. So the two vertices which are adjacent to each other, they are called as adjacent vertices. Vertex A and vertex B, vertex B and vertex C, vertex C and vertex D, and vertex D and vertex A. It has four pairs of adjacent sides, AB, BC, BC and CD, CD and AD, DA and AB. Coming to the angles, angle A and angle B are adjacent, angle B and angle C are adjacent, angle C and angle D are adjacent, and angle D and angle A are adjacent. So, it has four pairs of adjacent vertices, four pairs of adjacent sides, and four pairs of adjacent angles. Now looking into the opposite things. Vertex A is opposite to vertex C, whereas vertex B is opposite to vertex D. So, it has two pairs of opposite vertices, and AB is opposite to CD, side BC is opposite to side AB. It has two opposite sides, side AB and side CD, side BC and side AD. Coming to the opposite angles, angle A is opposite to angle C, angle B is opposite to angle D. So, it has two opposite vertices, two opposite sides, and two pairs of opposite angles. Now discussing about the interior and exterior regions of a quadrilateral. The part of a plane which is enclosed by the figure ABCD, it is called as interior region. Now in this figure, the pink color shaded part is called as interior part. Now the green color part in the figure represents the part which is not enclosed by the quadrilateral ABCD. So this green color part is called as exterior part. And the part which is the quadrilateral itself is one more part. So basically, when you draw a quadrilateral in a plane, the quadrilateral divides the plane into three regions: interior region, exterior region, and the region of the quadrilateral. The points which lie in the interior region, point P, point R, point S, and point Q, they are called as interior region points. And the points which lie in the exterior part, that is point Y, point Z, point T, and point X, they are called as exterior region points. When you observe here point A, point B, point C, and point D, they lie on the quadrilateral. So you will say that A, B, C, D are the points on the figure. So the total in a plane, when you draw a quadrilateral, the quadrilateral divides the plane into three sets of points. Some points lie in the interior region, they are called as interior points. Some points lie in the exterior region, they are called as exterior points. And some points lie on the quadrilateral, they are called as points on the quadrilateral. Now, discussing about the types of a quadrilateral. When you observe here, you are seeing the two figures, figure 1 and figure 2. Figure 1 is called as convex quadrilateral and figure 2 is called as the concave quadrilateral. Let us see how we are going to differentiate the convex quadrilateral and a concave quadrilateral. When you take 2 points in the interior region of a quadrilateral, the total line segment formed by the 2 points should lie inside the quadrilateral itself. Then that type of quadrilateral is called as convex. Now observe the figure 1 here. I have taken the points x and y inside the quadrilateral ABCD. When I draw the line segment xy, the total line segment xy lies inside the quadrilateral. Here in this figure, when you draw the line segment xy, some part of the line segment coming outside the polygon or exterior part of the polygon. If the total line segment lies inside the polygon, it is that type of polygons they are called as convex polygons. If the part of the line segment lies outside the polygon, they are called as concave polygons. Or observe the figures P, Q, R, S. We can also differentiate the convex and concave using the diagonals. In a quadrilateral, we can draw two diagonals here. In this PQRS quadrilateral, the diagonal PR and QS. Observe the two diagonals here. The two diagonals lies totally inside the quadrilateral. Whereas when you observe the quadrilateral PQRS, the diagonal PR lies inside the quadrilateral, whereas the diagonal QS lies outside the quadrilateral. If the two diagonals drawn in the quadrilateral completely lies inside the quadrilateral, it is called as convex quadrilateral. If the diagonal lies outside the quadrilateral, such type of quadrilateral is called as concave quadrilateral. Angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Angle sum property of a quadrilateral means the sum of the four angles in a quadrilateral. We have four angles, angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. The sum of the four, how to find out the sum of the four angles in a quadrilateral? For that, let us consider the quadrilateral ABCD and draw a diagonal AC. You observe that the diagonal divides the quadrilateral into two triangles. Triangle ACB and this is triangle ACD. I am differentiating these two triangles with two different colors. Yellow color is one triangle and pink color is another triangle. You know that the sum of the three angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So, angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degrees. Whereas in the second triangle, angle 4 plus angle 5 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 degrees. Now adding the angles of the angle sum property of these two triangles, angle 1 and angle 4 plus angle 2 and angle 5 plus angle 3 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 plus 180 is 360 degrees. From the figure, angle 1 plus angle 4 is angle A, angle 2 is angle B, angle 3 plus angle 6 is angle C and angle 5 is angle D. So, angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 360 degrees. So, by this we can prove that the sum of the four angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. These four angles are in the interior part of a triangle, interior part of a quadrilateral. So, the sum of the four angles in a quadrilateral, the sum of the four interior angles in a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Now observe the pentagon and hexagon. Now I am taking a pentagon. I am finding the sum of the 5 angles in a pentagon. Here in a pentagon you can form 5 interior angles. In a hexagon you have 6 interior angles. Let us see what is the sum of the 5 interior angles in a pentagon and sum of 6 interior angles in a hexagon. Now I am considering a point D. From the point D, I am drawing the diagonals DA and DB. From one point, if you draw the diagonals, it divides the figure into 3 triangles. You know that the sum of the 3 angles in each triangle is 180 degrees. So 180 degrees plus 180 degrees plus 180 degrees. Totally we get 540 degrees. So you can say that the sum of the 5 angles in a pentagon, that is interior angles in a pentagon, is 540 degrees. Coming to the hexagon, from the point E, we can draw 3 diagonals EA, EB and EC. The 3 diagonals divides the hexagon into 4 triangles. Each triangle is 180 degrees. Sum of the 3 angles in each triangle is 180 degrees. 180 degrees plus 180 degrees plus 180 degrees plus 180 degrees. Totally we will get 720 degrees. So you can say that angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D plus angle E plus angle F is equal to 720 degrees. Like this, you can find out for septagon, octagon, nonagon, decagon, like that. You can find out sum of the interior angles in any n-sided polygon. We'll get here. The sum of the interior angles in an n-sided polygon is 2n minus 4 into 90 degrees or 2n minus 4 right angles. Since it has n sides, so each interior angle of a regular polygon is 2n minus 4 by n into 90 degrees. Now, coming to the exterior angles of a quadrilateral. So, exterior angle is formed when you extend any side of a quadrilateral. If you extend the side of a quadrilateral, an exterior angles are formed. Now, in the figure, when you observe, A, B, C, D angles are interior angles, and angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 4 are exterior angles. We are going to find out the sum of the exterior angles of a quadrilateral. That is the sum of angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 4. You know that the sum of the interior angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. That is angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 360 degrees. Now in this figure, angle 1 and angle A form a linear pair. So angle 1 plus angle A is equal to 180 degrees. Angle 2 and angle B form a linear pair. So angle 2 plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees. Angle 3 and angle C form a linear pair. So angle C plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degrees. And similarly, angle 4 plus angle D is equal to 180 degrees. Adding all the 4 linear pairs, angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 plus angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 180 plus 180 plus 180 plus 180, it is 720 degrees. Now substituting here A plus B plus C plus D with 360 degrees, we will get angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 plus 360 degrees is equal to 720 degrees. Now exposing this 360 to other side, I will get 720 minus 360, again we will get 360 degrees. So angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 is equal to 360 degrees. That is, the sum of 4 exterior angles in a quadrilateral, in any quadrilateral, is taken as 360 degrees. Like that you can find out for pentagon, for hexagon, for septagon, for octagon or for any n-sided figure. We observe that for any n-sided figure, the sum of the exterior angles of any polygon is 360 degrees. And each exterior angle of an n-sided polygon is taken as 360 by n degrees. So lastly, what are the topics we have discussed in these quadrilaterals are the definition of a quadrilateral. That is, a quadrilateral is a simple closed figure formed with 4 line segments such that no two line segments intersect each other except at their endpoints. And we have seen that there are 4 vertices, 4 angles, 4 sides and 2 diagonals in a quadrilateral. Also, we have seen the differentiation between the convex quadrilateral and concave quadrilaterals. Also, we have seen what is the interior and exterior regions of a quadrilateral. Also, we have proved that angle sum property of a quadrilateral. That is, the sum of the 4 interior angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees and the sum of the 4 exterior angles in a quadrilateral is also 360 degrees. Hope you understood about the introduction of quadrilaterals. Thank you very much.